Laden. Warum stehe ich hier? Hier war ich doch schon. Ich habe das Spiel da hinten gespeichert. Barbecue. Close, 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 close. Ich habe noch dieses Foto und das Seil.
Holly must be out on strike. I'd better come back later to talk to her.
As I made it perfectly clear, your status as a paying customer earns you a modicum of goodwill. I suggest you use it judiciously.
Sorry, you lost me at modicum. Look, answer a few questions for me and I won't kick your butt when I get my memory back.
Lovely. Oh, she may have come by here. I can't be sure. Just smelling the fumes coming off that establishment irritates my bowels.
Klingt eigentlich ganz
At
gut.
least he knows how to keep his mouth shut.
Ja, sehr aufschlussreich alles. Kommen wir auch nochmal
Hey, what
vorbei.
can I do for you, Mike?
Maif?
Zach don't come in here a whole lot. I guess he don't like my food much.
My nose has started sagging lately.
Ach du
Makes it
Scheiße.
hard to breathe. Now, what kind of info you looking for, huh?
Was zur Hölle? Wo bin ich hier? Ja. Wehe, das ist nicht nützlich hier.
Whoa. I wasn't always nervous about heights until my Under a Killing Moon case. I was trying to break into a luxury high-rise and slipped from the 32nd floor.
Looks like no one's home. This is gonna be easier than falling off a horse. This window doesn't want to open up. Maybe if I... Whoa!
Okay.
Whoa!
Zur Hölle.
Fortunately, I hit an awning before I hit the ground, but I didn't stop bouncing for about 30 minutes.
Ja, schön. Dann gehen wir mal wieder runter. Schön viele Aufzüge sein. Tja, wer kann mir denn noch was über die Frau erzählen? Muss ich wohl mal bei mir ins Hotel gehen? Oder ich versuche mal die Karte da hinten reinzustecken. Lauf. Ach, die habe ich gar nicht mehr, ne? Nee, habe ich nicht mehr. Oh. Closed.
Well, this is a flashy new neighbor. Needs a key. People who stay here at the Ritz. People who stay here at the Ritz. Needs a key. Needs a key.
Leonard.
Well, I had this door permanently sealed as it opened directly into my bedroom. People thought that was awfully presumptuous of me.
Sollte ich noch mal in mein Zimmer gehen vielleicht?
As I ring the bell, I expect Nilo, but another familiar face pops up from behind the counter. It's Clint. Looks like he's dabbled in some home plastic surgery to cover his empty eye socket. It's amazing what you can do with a tire patch, spray paint, and crazy glue.
Ah, Mr. Murphy, will you be needing some housekeeping done?
Ja, der sieht professionell aus.
So, what are you doing behind the desk? Looking for Nilo's complimentary chocolates?
You mean the ones you used to leave on the pillow, right? Those weren't chocolates, my friend. Man, I hope you didn't eat them.
No.
Nilo, man, I haven't heard that name in years. Not since I bought this place from him. The city was gonna condemn it, but Nilo didn't feel like fixing it up, so he sold it real cheap.
So, whatever did happen to Nilo? Did he get busted for lewd behavior?
No, but don't worry. I got rid of all the hidden cameras.
Cameras.
Yep, this place was filthy in every sense of the word.
Well, you've come a long way, Clint. From living in a dumpster to owning your own dump.
But on the bright side, we've exterminated most of the roaches and reinforced the foundation after the big quake last year. And finally got real fire extinguishers, so no more painted-on safety features. We're up to a 3-star cubic zirconia rating in the Mutant Leisure blog spot now.
Well, with such deluxe accommodations, I'm surprised I'd stay anywhere else. Do you know where I stay when I'm not here?
Nope. You pay me well to keep an extra eye on your apartment and my nose out of your business.
Well, math isn't my strong point, but I think you're out of extra highs.
Did anyone ever tell you that you make it hard to give good customer service?
It's come up a few times.
You're paid through the end of the year, just like every year. You're hardly ever here these days, but hey, let me get my nose out of your business. That sounded disgusting. Let's change the subject. What can I do for you?
Oh, einiges
You
kannst du
keep being
tun.
my best tenant, and I'll be your biggest fan. Deal? The cops came by to ask me about that, but I wasn't here at the time. This may not be much, but it's mine. I love it. Just get the holes patched before you move out, or I will keep your security deposit. Nice guy, but he's got some screws loose. Dumbest name
Dass die
ever.
Maus nicht da oben bleibt, das nervt so.
Look, I know I used to joke with you about Chelsea being in love with me, but that was just my jealousy talk. That's Louis' niece, right? Tall, brunette.
Hm.
I've got to steer clear of his diner. Too many chocolate memories. Look, I've had my own problems, as you know. I was in a kind of a dark place 7 years ago. Dark, bitter, sometimes nuts, raisins. God help me, marshmallows. Nice girl for circuits and chips. We don't need to talk about that, do we? That was a real tragedy. Maldonado was spying on you? Are you sure it was you? Maldonado? Nothing but trouble. I steer clear of that, all right. That little gremlin's never forgiven me for stealing his newspapers and using them for blankets. know for a fact I've never seen this fox before, because if I had,
Den heißen Fuchs.
I haven't tried it. They say that the sauce will melt your eyeballs. That's a risk I'm just not willing to take. That guy's all mobbed up, so I keep my distance. Me? I'm just living the dream. One chocolate-free day at a time.
Toll.
Phone message waiting. Phone message waiting. Phone message waiting.
Yeah, no detective worth his salt would be without a fax machine.
Phone message waiting. Phone message
Looks like
waiting.
somebody's wiped my computer clean.
Phone message waiting.
This message is for Mr. Tex Murphy.
Ooh.
Storm clouds are brewing. Are you with the White Russians or against us? A White Guard member is close. Prove your loyalty and we will reveal the truth.
What the heck was that? There must be another Tex Murphy in the phone book. This desk is so I don't have to article on the Russian white movement. Am I truly so bored I'm reading Russian history? This looks interesting. Probably a book on how to map out fun spots to visit in... No messages on the vid phone. I sure don't remember how these holes got in the wall. They look fairly recent, judging from the debris. Who would have done this? And why? The door to my back... Oh, I had this door permanently sealed as it opened directly into my bedroom. People thought that was awfully presumptuous. Yeah, no detective worth his salt would be without a fax machine. Well, this happened on my first case. I was in the shootout of my life at the warehouse district.
Das kann man auch.
I took a bullet, and while I was recovering, I swore. On Saturday nights, I pushed the furniture to the walls and cut loose on the dance floor. No messages on the vid phone.
Sie jetzt die Leute zur weißen Russenbewegung befragen oder was?
Not again. You're gonna get me fired. Or worse.
Or worse.
That guy's a go-getter. Why don't you get him to answer these questions?
That's Rick's pawn shop.
It's real good having you stop in more.
Ja, ich komme hier
How
noch
can
ganz
I
oft
help
vorbei,
you?
glaube ich. Clint.
That Clint's really come up in the area. Though I still hide the chocolate cake when he drops by. I don't want him falling back into his, old ways.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Murphy. Still running the decryption program. You can hang with me till it's done. Shouldn't be more than 4 or 5 hours. He says he likes barbecue, so I'm not sure why he eats here.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Van Winkle. What is it I can help you with, Rip? Like I always say, you can take a bomb out of a dumpster, but you'll never get a dumpster out of a bomb.
Okay. Mehrmals über Mason Bowers findet. Tja, wie? Immer noch diese komische Seilwinde, aber ich am besten wenig würden. Ob hier jetzt noch was anderes ist? Hier war ich ja noch gar nicht.
Yeah, Louis once told me these rooms were used by bootleggers and smugglers during Prohibition. There were hidden panels in rooms where they'd hide their stash. And that's a damn shame. This guy was working diligently. Oh, I was anti-Habition myself. This SOB's been living up here, watching my every move.
Jo. Cosmo, nimm das Bild von der Frau. Frage Holly nach dem Bild. Pff. Ist auf jeden Fall genommen und dann war die immer noch am Streiken.
Hey Tex, how's your case progressing? Let me check. I can confirm that Mason Bowers has been a registered guest here. Sorry, Tex. I'm not allowed to give out any more information than that. If I could smell, I'm pretty sure he would stink. Always looks like he's up to something unsavory. That crusty old perv is always coming in here trying to get a peek at my underpixels. Yeah, I've seen this woman in here. In fact, she picked up a piece of mail that's been delivered here. I might be able to get a name or address for you. Let me see if I have an image of the envelope. Yep, got it. I'll print it out for you.
Oh, nice.
I think the kid who works here has a crush on me. Maybe one of these days I'll rock his little world. The Ritz landlord? Seems like he may have a couple of screws loose, but nice enough.
Holly sends the information about the mystery woman to my smart Alex, and I get a new location on the map. It's on the coast near Monterey. Whoever owns this place has mucho dinero.
Mucho dinero.
Whoa. I get in my speeder and realize I'm very wobbly and my vision's pretty fuzzy. I realize it's finally time to get this head wound checked out and some professional input on what's happened to me. Now's as good a time as any. I call a cab, and I'm on my way to the North Hill Clinic.
Where are you headed?
North Hill Clinic.
Well, I better step on it. You look like you're in pretty bad shape. Your eyes are really bloodshot.
Yeah, you should see him from this side.
Nicht.
Live around here?
Yeah, I do. Live the Ritz.
I've heard there's a lot of Morlocks in that area.
Morlocks?
That's what they call them. Some new crazy type of mutant.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard rumors that they're attacking people.
On Chandler Avenue?
Just rumors. But you never know. Things could get worse. Sorry. I just wanted to let you know I was packing heat up here. Didn't mean to freak you out.
That's fine. It's just the last time I got a ride from someone, they shot me, so I'm a little jumpy. It's a nice gun, by the way. I used to have one just like it.
I've had this for a long time. Some idiot threw it out his window.
The head wound is painful for sure. Maybe this Dr. Donahue can help me sort things out.
Schön.
Taylor warned me you might be a problem patient.
Jenga.
I'm just gonna assume you've got some head trauma. See what's going on.
Over the past few months, I've been having these really vivid dreams. I mean, they're so real, I can't even tell I'm dreaming till I wake up. What's happening right now kind of feels like that.
Do you want to know if you're dreaming right now? Yep, you're awake. So tell me what happened.
I woke up a few hours ago with this goose egg on my head and an injection mark on my arm. I've got no idea how I got them. As a matter of fact, I have no idea about anything over the past 7 years.
You took a pretty good shot to the head. Enough to knock you out. You caused some short-term memory loss, but for 7 years. Let's see that mark on your arm. I think we'll need to draw some blood. Everything on your form accurate?
Everything except my name, address, and billing information.
Well, I'm guessing your bloodstream's full of cholesterol and toxins, but I'm sure we'll find something else there too. Have you ever had an implant?
Just one, and it was a long time ago. It was in my brain, so I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Well, that injection mark concerns me, but I don't want to speculate. I would really like to keep you overnight for observation. You mind waiting around until we figure this out?
Sure, if we can get it done in 5 minutes. While we're waiting, though, could I ask you a few questions?
Let's just keep this professional, shall we? I don't think you could do much better. And yes, I mean that the way it sounded. I believe he runs a diner over on Telegraph Hill. I've dealt with many cases of amnesia, but nothing exactly like this.
After leaving North Hill, I get a cab ride back to my office. After a while, I'm feeling a little better, so I hop in my speeder and head out to the address of the mystery woman, who I hope can give me info on Mason Bowers.
Bowers.
Nice, this is more like it. Fun fact, this is a former vacation home for 3 James Bond villains. Goldfinger! Wah, wah, wah.
Yo.
There's room for every member of the Brady family on here, except Alice, and I never considered her baseball card. Used to collect these as a kid. This coffee table's a special design. It's got a hidden drawer. This coffee table's a special design. It's got a hidden drawer. Well, one man's trash is a PI's clue. Hello. Hey, smoke no more cigarettes. I hear they have a smoking deterrent system built right into the cigarette.
Hey, buddy! You know 1,000 people stop smoking every day by dying, you moron! Kissing you would be like licking an ashtray. Get it, dumbass? Hey, did you know that you and I are similar? We both are certified butthead. No, don't kill me. Have mercy.
Well, the system's about as effective as other systems I've tried. But I'll keep these in case I have a smoking emergency. Now that's my kind of book.
Oh, it's like a villain from a terrible B movie. Mollusks beware.
Who sells seashell? Yeah, just some books. Reminds me of the time I tried to cook meatloaf. Well, that might come. Reminds me of the time I tried. Well, this. Yeah, just some books. Isn't who sells seashell? Now that was a terrible year for wine. Really? They found someone to eat this crap?
Was hat er denn gegen Pizza? Die ist ein bisschen klein.
Delicious
oder was?
jams. I think that's
Pizza doch
upside
toll.
never. Yep. Cookies? No, just flour. Standard grocery. You can really judge a person. Most of the stuff. Fine. I've always learned the hard. I've always... there must be something I really should look into getting a kitchen for my... there must be something. Standard groceries, and none of them look very edible. That might come in handy. Well, judging by all this fiber, the owner has digestive issues. That's a terrible place for a petri dish. Tried to make a hard-boiled egg using one of these. That was a big mistake. My landlord always reminds me that, boy, I try not to look through. Nope, nothing. I find moisturizing to be, I always put out. Lord knows I could use a plunger at my place. No bidet? Another Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic. Well, one man's trash is a PI's clue. Yeah, rub-a-dub-dub. Let's see, that says oh, bath. Say hello to my little friends. Pillaging must be one of their hobbies. Nah. Some crates should never be opened. Sometimes a cigar is... there's just no accounting for good taste. This frame needs 9 baseball cards.
Gott, habe ich die jetzt alle da drin?
That accomplished nothing.
Ich muss alle 9 haben.
Yeah, just some books.
Dann muss ich ja wirklich alles essen.
Wrong form of its. Come on, people. Oh, sure, that seems impressive. But it takes a man of exquisite taste to truly appreciate a pleather chair. Sometimes... oh, I don't think a lot of studying went on in here with that flat-screen TV on. Sulfuric acid. I better be careful with this.
Die vielleicht kombinieren?
I guess luck counts for something.
Something very tiny is written at the bottom of this petri dish. I'll need some help reading the inscription.
Okay. Was hilft? Was haben wir da?
Surely, after all we've been through, you would not turn against me and turn to her. Looks like someone with the initial T was doubting Mason's allegiance.
You not against me and turn to her. Feel very well paid for your work, and I do not take kindly of those who betray me.
Hello. The 8 lost rules of etiquette. Rule number 1, a friendly greeting could open doors for you. Seems Mason was treating someone with serious facial deterioration.
Okay.
If the owner's ventriloquist dummy's in here, I'm gonna be very upset. Sheesh, I couldn't even imagine lugging this thing up those stairs. Oh man. Oh, perfect for watching someone while they... perfect... I don't know if I get... just looking at these makes me... just looking at... I don't know if I get the open concept between these 2 bedrooms. It's a Mike and Ike Hammer candy comic. Sleep with a Swedish fish. Put this in my... nope. Nope. Yeah, just some books. Nope. Yeah, just some books. Nope. Yeah, just some books. Well, I see they like... yeah, just some books. Well, I see they like to keep things hot. Gross. This vertical stripes make these chairs. If the owner's ventriloquist dummy's in here, I'm gonna be very upset. An old Zoom portable music device. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, my mom got me one of these while all the other kids were getting iPads and iPods. I remember just how I felt that day. Wonder what happened to it. Oh yeah. Now I remember.
Wahnsinn.
Perfect place to keep a midnight snack. Just looking, just... If the owner's ventriloquist dummy's in... it's just planned. Now I can...
Scheiße, das
nice
Haus
place to get off. If I ever need to step up, I'm coming back for you.
viele Karten. Wir brauchen die Zahlen 4, 3, 5, 5, 6. 4, 3, 5, 5, 6. Holper, Lolper. Was?
Hoping to find more information about why sleazy PI Carlos Maldonado has been keeping an eye on my place leads me to a swanky beach house where I'm delighted and surprised to meet an incredibly beautiful woman inside a home medical office. Unfortunately for me, the feeling is not mutual, and she's accompanied by a very lethal friend.
Freeze. What are you doing here?
Well, we had such a charming conversation on the vidphone, I knew I had to meet you. Now I'm rethinking.
You don't remember me, do you?
Well, I wish I did. Does that count?
We met just once, years ago. So did you really come here looking for me? Or are you here for Mason?
I'm sorry, the correct answer is C,
die
all of
andere
the
hat.
above. I came here to find you, but it's Mason I'm looking for.
Well, you'll have to make do with me. Mason isn't here.
So how do you know Mason?
In the biblical sense, I'm his wife, Ariel Bowers.
When was the last time you saw him?
Over a month ago.
No kidding. A wife like you, I'm surprised he ever leaves the house.
We've been legally separated for over a month. He has issues, erratic behavior, periods of deep depression. It got to be too much.
Psychological problems, huh? What are we talking here? He ties his shoe for an hour, or he walks into Burger Barn with dynamite in his pants?
I think it was just a reaction to stress. His work kept him away for weeks at a time.
So I heard your husband was a neurologist, like a brain surgeon or something.
Or something, yes. He worked in neurochemistry, how chemicals influence neural operations.
So who's he working for now?
Mason never talked about his work, even before we separated. But we stayed in touch. This was the longest he ever went without calling me. I got worried and came here. I found Maldonado's number and called to see if he knew anything.
Yeah, well, Maldonado's not going to be able to help us much because he's dead. Is that who you were coming to see on Chandler Avenue?
Yes, that's right. What happened to him?
Well, I'm not sure, but I'm trying to find out. But the trail seems to lead through your husband, who, by the way, I believe has been abducted.
Abducted? Now I'm worried sick. What are we going to do?
Well, to start with, if you could think of anything that could help me out here to find him, that would be a big help.
I will. Feel free to look around here. I wish I could stay and help, but I'll give you my number so you can call me later. And sorry about the gun to the head thing.
Oh, it's okay. I've just got one of those faces. Probably look better with a hole in it.
I have my doubts about Ariel Bauer's motivation. She certainly seems to have an agenda which includes more than just her husband's well-being. What's she up to?
Hubba, hubba. Whew. Is it hot in here, or did my internal fan just crash?
Well, it feels like I'm being played for a sap.
Oh, come on. She's just getting ready to play the field. I'd like to bring her over for a debugging session.
Okay, enough. Looking at medical poster, he's looking a little. Is it you? The synaptic snafu and other. If I found just the place to conduct. If I found a flash drive, I could connect it to the videos. You'd need a PhD to understand any of these books. Just the place to conduct some business. Well, I wonder what's on this little device. Just the place to conduct some business. Looks like Carlos Maldonado was trying to get a hold of Mason about just the place to conduct some business. You'd need a PhD to understand any of these books. You'd need a PhD to understand any of these books. This nice tile work. Nothing I can use. Man, this looks like a good. Nothing I can use. I'm sure these MRI pictures are showing me something. Well, it's a microscope. And you'd need one of these just to see Rook's sense of humor. Yoink. This cabinet needs a
I'm sure these MRI pictures are showing me something.
Unfortunately, it's not the tunnel. Unfortunately, it's not the tunnel of love. Unfortunately, it's a silver tray. I got a feeling that's not a crochet needle.
Looking at medical.
Unfortunately, it's not the tunnel of love.
Okay,
Maldonado was tracking down a woman named Margaret Leonard for Bowers. That accomplished nothing.
Long-lasting memories are created through a process of consolidation, which is based on the formations of protein in the brain. Thus, memories, particularly painful ones, are formed by these unstable proteins, making them easily identifiable and removed with a combination of drugs and behavior therapy, ensuring memory elimination. Of course, there are those who do not believe that the benefits of memory modification outweigh the risks. They warn that eliminating memories, one could significantly alter a person's personality, their history.
So, a fancy device that wipes your memories, Useful technology. I see applications for anyone who ever went out with you or read the Twilight series.
Come on. Little mercy here for the victim? Just looking at this gives me yeah, that's not important. Gross. Vertical stripes make these chairs look... It's just planned.
Wo könnten denn noch mehr?
Oh man, I hate retro things.
Karten sein.
There's room for every member of the Brady family. Let's see here. There's one.
Yeah, it's not my style.
Barrels make any interior space look more rugged.
Draußen ausliegt. Nee.
Nothing I can use. I think someone may have a... Now that was a terrible year for wine.
Seems sturdy. Seems sturdy.
This bunny makes me laugh. He's hilarious.
Oh, it's like a villain from a terrible...
Barrels make any...
Yeah, it's not my style.
Impressive, if you're into that sort of thing. Never, ever stick your hand... Not much of a view. I think that's upside down. I think that's upside down.
Du stehst auf dem Kopf.
Remember. Nope, nothing worthwhile on the...
No bidet? Sick.
Tsunami! 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 Tsunami!
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that's a towel. Yeah, rub-a-dub-dub.
Rub-a-dub-dub.
Rummaging through trash cans can be considered a low point in some people's lives, but not mine.
Naja, den krieg ich wahrscheinlich zurück, aber...
Boy, I try not to look directly into a mirror because it's kind of bad for my self-esteem.
Hier habe ich den 6, ne? Gott, der ist 6.
Nothing I can use. I think someone may have a drinking problem. Pillaging must be one of their... Some crates? Bases? Well, they're all the rage these days.
Hier war ich
Sometimes a
halt
cigar is
auch
just a
schon
cigar. Yeah, nope, nothing worthwhile on
überall.
these shelves. No, that's not important. There's just no accounting for good taste.
Ach so, ja, den Schrank. Hier könnte eine drin sein.
Looking at medical posters always gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Ich weiß allerdings nicht, wie... Drei Sachen, 3 Nummern. Uhrzeiten.
Perfect place to keep a midnight snack.
2 verschiedene Uhrzeiten. Glaube ich wohl nicht.
I'm sure these MRI pictures are showing me something.
Wenn wir mal nice eine drin, dann fehlen immer noch 2.
Yeah, that's not important.
Wir wollen erstmal eine Pause, Autosave. Da.